Oh, what's going on all you gamers? Here we are in Destiny 2 and I'm going to be telling you today what I think is one of the most important things to do very close to the start of the game for Beyond Light. So if that interests you, then stay tuned, that's coming up next. Welcome back all you guys and girls. Now, as always, there is absolutely a vast amount to do in Destiny, and with Beyond Light there's even more. Obviously they've knocked a few planets out of the solar system, but you still have a lot to do and there's a lot of new features. Now this is going to be going over one of the new things that you can do and why I think you should be doing it really early on. Now obviously when you first start you're pretty much going to spawn in at Europa if you have Beyond Light. Crack on, do a couple of missions there, that's all good. Then I would say probably if you can, grab your artifact. But straight after that, and you're probably wondering why I'm saying this is the most important thing to do first, as I've said that, but just in general in this game I would say definitely after that or even before that, whenever you want to do it, try to get this done. And that is now, if you have a little look, you have your ghost shell just down here. Now I myself didn't actually get this done straight away and I wish I had, because it just works out in your favour and it's kind of a passive bonus that you're going to definitely want on your character. So if you go over to the details, so what you can do from Beyond Light, you can actually mod out your ghost. So hold Y and go on to details, and if you have a little look, you've got 4 sockets. So experience mod sockets, which pretty much as it says, if you want to get more experience, which is really good for things such as leveling up your season pass, etc. Just over here is tracking mod socket, which is really good for finding, I would say especially finding those chests. If you're not good at finding chests, this will kind of pop them up in a certain radius and you can have them quite high. So with this first one, it's pretty much increase XP gains by 12% is the top, and it goes down slightly from there depending on how many actual parts of energy you want to use to put into your actual ghost. Now I myself probably wouldn't spend too much on this and I'll show you why. So just over here you've got the tracking mod socket, and again this one will give you, it kind of shows you where things are on the map. So for example with this one it will show you caches within a 20 meter radius, and you definitely will notice because you'll be finding a lot more containers than you used to. And over here the economic mod socket, so if you have a little look you could put on up to there 65% extra glimmer. So if you find yourself spending glimmer left, right and centre, you could quite easily put this on. Either that or you can have a little look and get telemetry data. Another quite good one is this, if you like to do a lot of public events, then just over here you'll get a lot more loot on public events. But finally, and I would say most importantly, is this one right at the end, the activity mod socket. Now if you have a little look down here, lesser core harvest for the crucible. This mod is fragile and will expire at the end of season 15. So all that means is they'll probably be changing things up at season 15. That's if they don't find something's broken and change it beforehand. But with this, precision final blows in Crucible have a chance to award an enhancement core. Now I myself haven't played too much Crucible since I've been back, so I haven't got the next one, but I know it is an enhancement prism, the exact same as the others. So just over here, defeating invaders in Gambit has a chance to award an enhancement prism. And just over here, if you have a little look, you can do strikes and get enhancement cores, or if you spend 6 you can get enhancement prisms. Or if you want an upgrade module, you can put it to an upgrade module. But all in all, this is well worth having, especially when, like I said, it's going to be a passive bonus. I don't know, I'm still working on the data to see if it's worth trying to farm them through this, but as of the moment it seems like it's quite passive. It doesn't seem like it's every 1, 2, 3, 4. I would say it does take a few to actually activate to give you it, but if you look, say for example you put this on, which is what I will be putting on, it's actually going to give you enhancement prisms just for playing the game. So especially if you do a lot of strikes, if you do a lot of nightfalls, if you enjoy the PvE side, if you chuck this on your build, you'll be getting enhancement prisms without even knowing it. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to pop left, right and centre, because they definitely are not. I think the drop rate is low, but it will be an added bonus, and these are really highly sought after. Enhancement prisms are ridiculous to get hold of, and they're really expensive in legendary shards at the moment. So the only way I know of getting them is to get legendary shards up to 400 and spend it at the spider. That shows you how much these are actually worth. So getting freebies of them is definitely well worth it. Now, like I said, I haven't got the Crucible one yet, but if my maths in my head works out properly, I would say that probably is going to be the best way to get these, because it's on precision final blows as opposed to final bosses in the actual Vanguard missions, which obviously should be much higher. As long as you're getting some headshots, you should get these procced more, I would imagine. Like I said, I haven't actually done the testing yet, because for some reason to me, I don't know why, but Crucible just, it seems a little bit off at the moment. It's probably me. I don't like to say anything negative in these type of games because I really enjoy playing them, but I'm a bit rusty, so I'm not the best. But half the time I'm frozen. I'm either trying to shoot through ice that's been chucked out by a grenade, or I'm frozen, or I'm holding B to get out of freeze again, or it just, I don't know. The new system, I think it might need a bit of tweaking, but it may well be just me because I am absolutely awful at it at the moment as I'm rusty as hell. But yeah, I would say they will still probably be your best way of doing it. Other than that, if you have a look over here, you could use Greater Core Harvest for Gambit and just go after the invaders that are coming into your territory. If you are good at killing invaders, this might be something you want to do if you enjoy Gambit. I know quite a few people don't actually like Gambit, but they have put it down to 1 round now rather than the 3 it used to be, so that is definitely another bonus. But yeah, all in all, I would say actually upgrading this is definitely the most important thing to do really early on in the game. Just because all of these here in this last slot are probably the most important passive you will have in this game. Now, if you are really new and don't know how to upgrade, literally all you've got to do, come up to here where it says 1 energy and you'll be upgrading it. So as you'll see here, if I press A, I'm going to upgrade it to level 2. And so on and so forth. Now, as you go up, it becomes more expensive and you have to start using certain materials. So for example, if I keep going, once we get to there, you have to start using enhancement cores. But all in all, compared to upgrading your actual armor as such, this is really quick to do, and it doesn't cost anywhere near as much as the rest. I think it's a few enhancement cores, and I can't remember if it was any prisms. I don't think it was any prisms, but even if it is, it'll only be 1 or 2 right at the end. But yeah, I would say all in all, it is definitely worth upgrading this first before you kind of play the game, just because you will be getting the kind of stuff that you need throughout the rest of the game without even knowing you're getting it, just for the sheer fact that it'll be a little added bonus. Right guys and girls, as always, I hope that's helped some of you out. Obviously it's more of a guide for newer players as such, and maybe returning players who don't actually know about this feature. But as always, if this has helped you, then why not drop a like or drop a comment, and if you've got anything that you'd like to put in the comments, say for example you think there's something that's much more important, then chuck it in. I may be able to cover that later on. But as always, take care. I'll see you on the next day.